Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 127. Available now. Yo. Whether you're watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? I just finished watching Echo. It is the most recent Marvel Cinematic Universe series on Disney Plus. It is 5 episodes. Every episode dropped on the same day, Tuesday, January 9th. It stars Alaqua Cox, Chask, Spencer, Tantu Cardinal, Devery Jacobs. I hope I'm saying these names right. And Vincent D'Onofrio. You need to have seen Hawkeye to be familiar with who this character is. But because this is after Hawkeye, the last time we saw Echo, she was in New York, in an alley, strapped. And this whole 5 episode season is the miniseries season, I don't know, is the aftermath of that. I really enjoyed this show, though not as much as I hoped to. And right off the bat, I think Kevin Feige and Marvel oversold the TVMA. If you've seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, even WandaVision, Moon Knight, Hawkeye, there isn't much in Echo that is more TVMA than any of those other shows. It's a little bloodier. It's a little bloodier. That's it. There's blood splatter. So if you think you're getting the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Punisher, Luke Cage, Iron Fist tone, you're not. Like after episode 1, like me, two or three of my guys I talked about this show with, like we all agreed, like this is Netflix light. We're all, no matter if it's on Disney Plus, the Disney influence will always be there. So like there's a fight. There's Daredevil is in 1 episode. He has a fight scene. It is arguably the best fight scene in the whole show. It felt very Netflix. But the rest of the season, the fight choreography was good. It was violent. Like I said, if you've seen the trailer, you see Kingpin like punch the dog shit out of somebody. There's blood. That's the most TVMA we get. Because like all these shows have had some language. Like overall, I don't feel like this pushed any more boundaries than, like I said, like Hawkeye, Moon Knight, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. When U.S. Agent went off in like episode 4, like that was kind of some like taken aback, shocking moment for the MCU. I don't think Echo did anything to surpass that. But overall, like I liked Alaqua Cox as this character. She's very dope. I want to see her in movies, not just on Disney Plus. This was kind of like a, I don't want to say coming of age, but she like, maybe this was like a coming of age for her character. She has some demons in her past. She goes back home to Oklahoma to where she was born and raised, and she kind of learns about her ancestry. There's a lot of really dope Native American like cultural scenes. And it all ties into her character. Like at first I like what is this? What does this mean? And even though it's 5 episodes, it does a very good job of explaining. And it's cool. Like it's kind of like Miss Marvel in the sense of the cultural and the family dynamic and it all like coming to pass. I think, I hate to keep harping back on it, but it's the same actor. I've seen like other like big like, what is it, outlets, big, more famous blue checkmark pages talk about the Kingpin aspect of this show is disappointing. the Kingpin aspect of this show to me was very fire. Because Vincent D'Onofrio is amazing as his character. We see him and he's manipulating, he's trying to bully, he's trying to influence, and he's trying to spin the narrative to get his way. And there are moments where it felt like this is when he's throwing his like I don't know, like 6'5", 344-pound temper tantrum. That was the closest to Netflix that this show got. When Kingpin was Kingpin. I don't have many complaints. There was just some editing in some great fight scenes that made the fight scenes not as good in the skating rink. But like everything else was very cool. Like it's cool to see. Like I don't know terminology. I'm not trying to insult. I'm not trying to be insensitive. But it was cool to see the deaf community get put at the forefront with sign language. I think it's ASL. I'm not sure. But it was cool. Like every primary character in this show knew sign language, and it was dope to see them communicate. It, like I said, the Native American visuals and history and the cultural aspect of everything was done really well. Yeah, like I'm not sure if or when we might get an Echo season 2, because Loki's the only Disney Plus show that has got a second season. What if? I'm talking live action. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the Marvels, spoiler alert. Miss Marvel was doing her thing. Kate Bishop was in there. It'd be cool if Echo ended up mixed in with that. But I have also heard that Daredevil Born Again and even the next Spider-Man movie could ripple off of the post-credit scene of the Echo finale. So we'll definitely see Echo again, and I'm just saying I would like to see her again in movies, even if she is back on Disney Plus again. So in closing, really enjoyed this show. With all that being said, I will say that in my opinion, Echo was almost dope as fuck. Have you seen Echo, man? What you think? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I just put up a review for The Beekeeper. Check that out. Most anticipated movies of the year. Check that out. Blu-ray collection update as well. When I reviewed The Beekeeper, I said my next review was going to be for Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, and I completely forgot to say Echo. I was thinking movies. Argyle, Madam Web, February stuff, One Love. Speaking of One Love, check out the podcast. Next episode is going to be a very eerie episode, but y'all got to talk to Nick for that. So like, subscribe, comment, find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.